But the 2000s were savage too. The 2000s were savage too. I didn't plan on doing this, but since I started out with the savage and how the 90s were, August 8th, I came across this clip. And Aggressively Wholesome Flautist said the 2000s were something else. You got it. You've got to see this to believe this is a real clip. Just like that song you heard was a real song, this is real right here. It's absolutely insane what you're going to see here. This was on TV.
I think for Robin, it must be hard being among girls who are so skinny.
Felt a little bit bad for Robin because she is the...
So it goes from funny to, it's not that, this woman right here you're seeing was in the 2000s on that Tyra Banks, what was the name of the modeling show? I forgot the name of it already. This woman you're seeing right now was considered a plus size model. Listen to how they talk about her. Crazy talk.
bigger down here in the hips and thighs than the rest of us.
Okay, Robin?
Now, are we shooting for the large size category?
Yes, Robin would represent a plus size model. One problem that I do have with Robin, I think on the top she's not plus size and on the bottom she is. Robin?
Robin's out as far as I'm concerned about being a supermodel.
Absolutely not. This girl should not be the first one.
Well, that's my humble
Why?
Because I think Next America's top model is not a plus size model. I'm sorry.
I just wish her upper body was bigger and matched her lower body better.
Do you have to be covered all the time? Like, why can't you, if you want to be covered? This is saying, oh, I've got hips, so I'm covering them up. Why are you crying, Robin? Talk to me, why are you crying?
Let's just call it as it is. Robin, first of all, is too old to be starting model.
She's huge. She's not going to be a top model.
She won't. That's the reality.
She should work for a car toppling company.
Robin is a fabulous girl, but you know what? She doesn't trust her own body.
Robin.
I don't know what she's doing in Paris.
I don't have a market here for Robin. You know, there's no market for plus sizes in France.
Robin, you were supposed to have a nude photo shoot. We don't have a photo for you this week, and why is that?
I didn't want to feel uncomfortable. My body is mine. I just didn't think that, you know, that is what I needed to do in order to get ahead.
I'm kind of disappointed that you didn't do it. I was sort of...
Are you watching this? They wrecked this woman as they called her, quote, fat.
Expecting this kind of, you know, Botticelli image. You know, I was sad that you just kind of didn't put yourself out there, you know, representing women of a different size.
It's clear that Robin doesn't have the personality to be a top model. She should be working at Avis.
She is a full-figured black woman.
Oh
In the end, Robin was asked to leave.
It's meant a lot to me to be a part of this because I had the chance to show a variation of beauty.
You see how skinny she is? They did not play games. They gave an honest inside look of, thank you, Mike, America's Next Top Model. An honest look inside how savage that industry was. I think we've probably gone towards a overcorrection, but you can probably see why. That was, I mean, you couldn't even laugh at it. It was like, damn, like that was like a different world. They did not hold back on this show. It was another level.
Why did you choose the cowboy hat?
It's more on the simple side compared to the other hats.
You're, I feel half African, half cowgirl. Looks like you're about to ride a giraffe. I think, I'm not feeling it.
You have this intensity to prove you're sort of out.
What? So I think she's African and she's wearing a hat. And this is how so you can see how an overcorrection probably happened. That was out of pocket. She's African and she's wearing a cowgirl hat. And he said, you look like you're about to ride a giraffe? My nickel, what was that?
Why did you choose the cowboy hat?
It's more on the simple side compared to the other hats.
You're, I feel half African, half cowgirl. Looks like you're about to ride a giraffe. I think I'm not feeling it.
You have this intensity to prove your sort of Africanness, and I think that sometimes it's overbearing. It's just too much. It's sort of a layer on top of a layer.
In response to trying to prove myself as an African, I did not choose that hat for the very specific reason that it's very cliche. The fabric that it's made from.
Stand up for yourself, girl. I was happy to see her. She stood up for herself. They said she looked like she was about to ride a giraffe. This was on TV.
It's very artificial, very cheap. Fake kente.
Yeah.
I didn't have the time. I know I'm running on.
There's a different way of explaining yourself and being defensive.
They said she looked like she was going to ride a giraffe, and then they called her defensive.
And you're being very defensive, and it's not.
And then just a second ago, Tyra Banks was like, looked at her sideways. What is going on?
Africanness, and I think that sometimes it's overbearing. It's just too much.
So then she defends herself. Tyra Banks looks a little salty there. Maybe she wasn't. And then now she defends herself. She stands up for herself. And then Tyra Banks is like, you're being defensive.
Very specific reason that it's very cliche. The fabric that it's made from is very artificial, very cheap. Fake kente.
Yeah.
I didn't have the time. I know I'm running on.
There's a different way of explaining yourself and being defensive, and you're being very defensive, and it's not attractive. Did you choose the cowboy hat?
Man, life, things were different. that was different, man. That was different. I can't believe that was said and done, man. But hey, good times. It's just I don't know. What's good? Metalopoly. What's up, Fred the Show? Yeah, Brandy, I agree, and I'm so I don't mean to laugh, but the giraffe one was that was savage, man. That was some next stuff right there. I couldn't laugh at the plus size one because she was. I mean, to me, she looked. I don't even know what life was anymore. I was well an adult when that show was going on. Never watched it, but that's how life. Before you know it, life changes that much in 20 years. That could never happen. That would never happen on TV right now. And that's somewhat good, even though we've kind of done a U-turn on it. I was happy to see her stand up for herself, though. I like that little moment there.